Hello all. I wanted to start a new series and give all the subscribers and the viewers something new. Here I am in front of you guys making a first ride review of a bike which is from our own brand, that is Royal Enfield, which I use, and the model name is Classic Chrome 500. So, when we talk about the Classic 500, this is the same bike which is for the Classic 500, which is for the Desert Storm, as well as the Classic Chrome 500. The main difference what you can find is the color scheme for these three vehicles. How does this bike differs from other models? As it is having a EFI engine, the throttle response what you get, the crispness in the acceleration, that is totally different than the carbureted engines. When we talk about the Classic Chrome 500, the name itself says that the chrome finishing what you get especially reflected on these particular bikes. It is fully covered with the chrome finish all over the body, including the tank, the mudguards, the front mudguards, the headlight chromes, as well as this particular section which highlights this particular bike, as well as the battery cover on the other hand. Following the tradition of the classics, the Classic series, even the Classic 500 Chrome has the split seats which comes as a standard in all the models across, which is for the Classic 350, the Classic 500s and the Desert Storm, even the Classic Chrome as well. Now when you talk about the difference between the Classic Chrome and the Classic 500 series, the main difference will be there is no rubber pads on the tanks which will be there available on the Classic 350 and the Classic 500 models. The difference between the Classic 500 and the Classic Chrome will be the center paint scheme which is going as a stripe. The Classic Chrome 500 has a more width, or we can say a more broader strip line on the petrol tank. So, as you guys might have seen, the seating position of this bike is pretty much comfortable for a person who is having more than 5 feet 5 inches height. A person shorter than that also can handle this bike, but as I am 5 feet 10 inches, I am finding it very much comfortable to hold this particular bike, and yes, definitely it will be easy for maneuvering in the cities as well as in any other traffic terrains. So much being said about this particular bike. Now the time has come for me to take a first ride of this bike. Let us see how does this perform on the city terrains and the traffic when I take this bike for a spin. I have ridden this bike for a few kilometers, and I should say that the seating position what you get it unless from the other classic bikes, this has much of a comfortable position, and the seating is pretty sturdy, so you will not feel like you are leaning forward up to a certain extent when you consider it on the Classic 350 bike. The difference between the carburetor and the EFI is very much visible when I'm riding this bike. The extra crisp response what you get from this EFI engine definitely enhances the bike when you go for long rides and even maneuvering in the cities. It makes it easier. When we talk about the RPM and the power what we get is, we get a 27.2 bhp power at 5250 rpm and a torque of 41.3 at 4000 rpm. So this means that you can reach from 0 to 60 in approximately 3.6 seconds, and from 0 to 100 in approximately 10 seconds of time. So that's pretty much quick when you consider a Royal Enfield bike with a heavy crank. Now when we talk about the braking system of the Classic 500, it has a front disc brake of 280 mm with dual calipers. The rear wheel is supported by a drum brake. So the braking is optimum when it is considered on the road conditions, especially in the traffic. And the tires are the MRF tires what you get, which is a hard compound. It's pretty fine. There might be questions regarding the mileage of this bike. The actual figures might vary, but it will be somewhere around 20 to 22 kilometers in the city region, and you can roughly go from 24 to 28 and maximum 30 kilometers per liter on long drives. See, this is a 500cc engine, and it is an EFI engine, so that's what you can expect. But on real-time conditions, it all depends on how you ride the bike and how the bike condition is. And further to that, regarding the color details, regarding the price of the bike, how it is, or what price it is available right now, that is in December 2016, is mentioned in the description, as well as I had left a link where you can find the direct Royal Enfield website where all the other technical specifications of the bike are mentioned. Now when we talk about the speedometer and the console what you get, we do have all the same parameters what is there on a normal Classic or any other bike. This does not have a reserve indicator, so you have to depend on that particular fuel gauge where it shows that it is red. So that means you need to find out a fuel pump pretty much soon. And there is another indicator that shows that the engine is hot or what has to be done, so that you will have an indicator over there when you're going for long rides. So the Classic Chrome 500 is a bike which has the old classy looks plus the modern technology, which is the electronic fuel injection, which provide this bike a what we can say a step ahead of other Royal Enfield models. Of course, the Royal Enfield EFI engine is there on the Thunderbirds as well as on the Continental GTs. This EFI engine always give you that extra notch when you go for long rides or even ride on the city terrains. So that's all with my first ride review. If you have any questions regarding this bike, definitely write to me in the comment section. And I really want to thank the Royal Enfield Lake Road showroom for providing me this bike, Mr. Bipin Tarian for helping me or giving me permission to take the first ride review, as well as Arjun and Amit, who have been there all the time for the shooting and who had given me tips and suggestions while the shooting as well. So if at all by chance you guys like this video, definitely you should hit the thumbs up button over there down, as well as if you are a new viewer, you should watch all the videos in the playlist. And if at all you think that it is worth giving a subscribe, then definitely hit the subscribe button, and do not forget to hit the bell button, which will notify you with the latest videos which I'm gonna post. So that's all folks, thanks a lot, take care, and I'll be back with more such videos. And you can write me on bulletdiaries2k16@gmail.com so that I can reply to your queries directly. And I want to thank Tintin Manan. Bro, thanks a lot for actually guiding me or suggesting me this video editing software, and it is really good. Thanks a lot, take care, and see you again next time. Bye bye.